The former Lehman CEO Dick Fuld addressing members of the FCIC, the Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission on Capitol Hill. And we're joined once again by Larry McDonald. I want to bring Larry back into this because he was taking some copious notes while Mr. Fuld was speaking. Mr. Fuld coming out a little bit more aggressive today. He did say Lehman had adequate collateral. Lehman was forced into bankruptcy based on a decision that was made with flawed information.
Well, this man gives the word denial entirely new meaning. The Lehman Brothers trading book in commercial real estate and in mortgage-backed securities, according to my book, A Colossal Failure of Common Sense, according to Hank Paulson's book and Andrew Ross Sorkin's book, was mismarked between 18 and 27 billion, and those numbers come from people that looked at Lehman's books on the weekend we filed bankruptcy. So in other words,
Mr. Fuld just said that Lehman's profile didn't indicate a bankrupt company.
That's just not true. It's just not true. Lehman's books, when people were bidding for Lehman's assets on that weekend, there was a number of investment banks and banks that were looking at Lehman's assets, and people that I've interviewed personally said they looked at these assets and were just spellbound at Lehman's marks versus where they would actually be bid for.
Do you think, if, as you say, you know, that the situation is not as he's portraying it, do you think he believes what he's saying?
Well, if you look at all the accounts, at the end of the day, he has a love for the firm, a love for his position. And I think he's just in denial. He's in a position of, his career has been ruined. He has very little respect around the street. He hasn't started back up at any shop. And I think that he's really just, really fighting for his life.
Larry, could I ask you in the last 30 seconds before break, was Repo 105 the match to the kindling?
Yes, it was a device that really deceived so many investors, and I think that's what they're going to point at right now.
Conscious deception?
Well, he denies that he knew anything about it, and that's, as the examiner said, that's grossly negligent.
All right, Larry McDonald joining us on set.